Welcome to Brindavan, a Parthasadi family Samarpanam to our beloved parents, a space for enjoying Vaishnava Sampradaya, Slokas, songs, Divyadesa Pasarams, and much more. Namaskaram Bhagavatas. In our Vishnu Sahasranamam, Ayiram Namangal, Ayiram Gunangal series, we'll see the Arthanubhavam and Padapadartham of Slokam 42 of Vishnu Sahasranamam. रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं दीपत्यादिगुणात्मकं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्
व्यवसायो व्यवस्थानसंस्थानस्थानतो ध्रुवः परर्धि परमस्पष्टतुष्टपुष्टः सुभेक्षणः.
The first nama in Slokam 42 is Vyavasayah. The sun, the moon and the galaxies are bound to him. He is the creator of all of that and they act according to his directions. He has the sky, which is the base, and the stars as his body. The mantra refers to him as an embodiment of knowledge. Jnana Murti. Jnanam is knowledge. He is the supreme knowledge or the embodiment of knowledge. There is nothing more knowledgeable than Bhagavan. The nama is Vyavasayaya Namaha. The second nama is Vyavasthanaha. He is the creator of time, the Kala Chakram, and he determines the measure of time, the Kalam and the Muhurtam. So, when we say the sun is, there is the revolution of the earth, the sun and the moon, everything is moving around in the galaxy in a particular time or in a particular way or in a particular axis. It all determines the Kala Chakram. So Bhagavan is the one who determines the Kalam and the time and how everything is in space, in time. The nama is Vyavasthanaya Namaha. Namalval in Thiruvaimozhi 7.2.7 on Thiruvarangam, Srirangam, sings about how Bhagavan is a Kala Chakram, how he made the Kala Chakram. Pala துன்பங்கள் இன்பங்கள் படைத்தாய் பற்றிலார் பற்றனின்றானே காலச்சக்கரத்தாய் கடலிடம் கொண்ட கடல் வண்ணா கண்ணனே என்னும் செயல்கொள் தன் புனல் சூழ் திருவரங்கத்தாய் என்னும் என் தீர்த்தனே என்னும் கோலமாமழைக்கண் பனிமல்க இருக்கும் என்னுடைய கோமலக் கொழுந்தே. He says, you are the Kalachakram. You are the Kadalvanna. You are that Lord who is in the Milky Ocean. You are like the snow. Panimalga irkum. When my eyes are getting wet on seeing you. Ennudiya komala kolunde. That means he is very soft, my dear. Kolunde is the very soft part of the new leaf or plant that is coming. It's really just coming out. It's really as soft as it can be. So Bhagavan is as soft as all that. Komala kolunde is an adjective which says Komalam is beautiful. Ennudiya komala kolunde. Namalva says about Thiruvarangam Perumal. Next we see Samsthanaha. He makes everything focus towards him and converge at the end with him. Just like we all want to be with Bhagavan at the end of our human lives, when all we request is moksham and eternal bliss. So he makes everything focused towards him. We always say that we want to be with Bhagavan, 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 Bhagavan. So he is so attractive and he makes us go towards him and asking for to be with him. Mantra says, he gives Paramapadam to his devotees, as said by Nammalvar in Tiruvamazhi. Very beautiful Nama, how we are always attracted towards Bhagavan and make sure that we want to be with him. All our attention is focused towards Bhagavan. Nama is Samsthanaya Namaha. Next Nama we see is Sthanandaha. He is the grantor of Paramapadam. He granted eternal position to Dhruva and is called Dhruvapadam. He was a prince from the Kshatriya clan who always prayed to Bhagavan and who at a very small age, because his mother said, he went to the forest and kept doing tapas on Bhagavan. Bhagavan gave him Dhruvapadam. So he is the grantor of Paramapadam. Nama is Sthanadaya Namaha. Nammalvar in Tiruvamazhi 9.10.5 on Thirukkannapuram sings about how Perumal is giving Vaikuntham to everyone or Paramapadam to everyone. Saranamagum Tanadal Adaindarkellam Maranamanal Vaikuntham Kodukkum Piran Arannamainda Madul Chod Thirukkannapurat Taraniyalan Tanadu Anbarku Anbagume. He says, once you do the Sharanagati to Bhagavan, whenever we or the person is going back to Bhagavan, Maranamalal, Vaikuntham Kodukkum Piran, at that time he gives us Vaikuntham, he gives us Paramapadam. But to get that Paramapadam, we have to do Sharanagati and unconditional surrender and have Mahavishwasam in Bhagavan. Next we see Dhruvaha. This is also again about Dhruva, the same little boy who went to the forest and kept doing tapas on Perumal. He gave eternal position for Dhruva in heaven. His all-pervasiveness, that Bhagavan is everywhere, is also indicated here. The Nama is Dhruvaya Namaha. From here onwards we will see the story of Lord Rama, and which can even bring a dead man. They are very powerful namas. We also know in the Palastruti, when Parvati Devi asked Lord Shiva, which is the most easiest way to pray to Bhagavan and do Sharanagati, Shiva says, Sri Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranamam Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Which means just by saying the Rama Rama Nama, one can, it is equivalent to saying the whole of the Sahasranamam. Just one, saying that one name, Rama Ram. So such is the powerful of these namas. Next we see Pradhi. He is completely filled with austerity and prosperity and auspiciousness. He hides his qualities due to his humility, which is brought out so much during the Ramavataram. He was an obedient son. He was a loving husband. He was a loving son to his mother. And his love and his humility when he was seeing Shabari and took fruits from her. There are several instances in Ramavataram about his Karunyam, Sausiliam, Saulabhyam, everything is shown. He does even Antima Kainkaryam to Jatayu. Just a bird, but that is also a Jivatma. He befriends Guhan, the boat rider, who was very close to him till the end of Ramavataram. He takes Vibhishana, who is his arch enemy Ravana's brother, into his fold. When you compare Indra and Chandra, the moon, with him in Sri Ramayanam, it also shows his boundness, Saujanyam and Sausilyam. Very auspicious. He has all the auspicious qualities one can think of. But he was all full of humility during the Ramavataram. He was the Dharmavan. Even though he was Chakravarti Tirmagan, he was a king. But he was very, very simple and humble. Nama is Praridyaye Namaha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, 4 and 5 slokas says about how he is the supreme and from him arises the knowledge, intellect, clarity of thought, forgiveness. Everything comes from the senses and mind, joy, sorrow, birth and death, everything comes from him. He is the owner of everything. Like courage, non-violence, equanimity, contentment, austerity, charity, fame, you name it, and it comes from Bhagavan. He says, Buddhir Jnanam Asamoha Chama Satyam Dama Shamaha Sukham Dukkham Bhavo Bhavo Bhayam Chabayameva Cha Ahimsa Samata Tushtistapo Danam Yasho Yashaha Bhavanti Bhava Bhutanam Mattayeva Pratikvida. So he says, I am the only one who can give you all of these qualities for the humans. Like everything, you name the quality of what we have, it all comes from Bhagavan. When Dasharatha is planning the coronation of Rama, and he is talking to his courtiers, at that time he hears from his people in the assembly about the greatness of Rama. They say, many are the auspicious qualities that are in your son Rama. He is the greatest. This is what all of the assembly, Dasaratha's courtiers, people, tell Dasharatha when he is asking them if he can do the coronation of Lord Rama. So once he says about the greatness of Rama, another time he hears about greatness of Rama in Srimad Ramayana. Dasharatha, the father of Rama, tells to his other son Lakshmana about the greatness of Lord Rama. He says, O dear Lakshmana, it has been declared by Brahma and other gods that Rama is really the supreme Brahman incarnate. He cannot be realized by those who are not devoted to Bhagavan. He is immutable in nature, he cannot be changed. He is the inner soul of all the gods, that is, he is the Antaryami, and is a mystery, he is a Maya that can be known only by means of Upanishads, and he is a conqueror of the enemies. So, the father of Lord Rama, Dasharatha himself, says this about his elder son to his younger son, Lakshmana, which makes the Anujan understand the greatness of his brother, and immediately when Rama goes to the forest, Lakshmana says, I am coming with you to take care of you and sister-in-law, that is Bhagavan. Next we see Parama Spashtaha. His greatness is really obvious. We see him by everything that he does for people. He manifested on earth so that his greatness can be perceived by all the common people. During the Krishna Avataram and Rama Avataram, we see Bhagavan's greatness in many forms. How he kills the Asuras, how he kills the Tataka the Surpadaka killing, and getting back of Sita after killing Ravana, and how he Saulabhyam and Sausiliam, about how he makes friends with Sugriva, Guhan, eats the fruits given by Shabari, all of that in Rama Avataram. And Krishna Avataram, he kills so many asuras, right from Putana, when he was a little child, and he makes himself be present with all the gopikas at the same time. And then how he does a Govardhanagiri lifting to protect her. So he does many of these acts to show his greatness to all of us as people. The Nama is Paramaspaštaya Namaha. Next we see Tushtaha. He is very elated during the Rama Avataram when his supremacy, that is seen only in Paramapadam, is experienced by all the men on earth. They were able to see him and enjoy and understand the greatness of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan was very elated and very happy, and he expresses that in so many ways. We'll see that about Ramayana. Nama is Tushtaya Namaha. In the previous namas we see about how Dasharatha and his courtiers were talking about the greatness of Lord Rama in Ramayana. Here we see Lord Rama says how he feels blessed to be born as Dasharatha's son. He says, I am very happy to be born as King Dasharatha's son. I will follow all the Kshatriya rules, that is the king's rules. I am happy to be known as a common human, and I am happy to be known as Dasharatha's son. So this is the other thing what we see here. Next we see Pushtaha. Pushtaha means one who is complete with all auspicious qualities. He is Paripurnam incarnate. Both in the Rama Avataram and Krishna Avataram, we see Bhagavan's Paripurnatvam or completeness. Nama is Pushtaya Namaha. The last Nama in Slokam 42 is Shubhekshanaha. Shubham is auspicious or good things. Shubhekshana, he is full of auspicious things. He has beautiful long eyes that are insignia of Paratva or supremacy and Saulabhyam. Everybody longs for his little glance or Kadaikan Parve for auspicious things to happen. And he is not seen, one who has not seen Lord Rama and who has not been with him are condemned in this world. That is, everybody has to see and experience Lord Rama and get his blessings. So that is Subhekshana. He is Paripurno. He has all the 16 qualities, 16 Kalyana Gunas. Nama is Shubhekshanaya Namaha. He is a Satyavakyo. He is a very truthful person. He says the truth and nothing but the truth. He is a Dridavrata. He is firm in his vows. So once he gives a boon, he vows to somebody, he stands by that. For example, for Vibhishana, he had given him a vow before that he will take care of him. So even though he was a brother of Lord Rama's arch enemy, Ravana, he still gave him Sharanagati. So he is a Dridavrata. He is a Charitrena. He follows the Vedic customs. He is Sarvabhuteshu ko hitaha. He benefits everybody. Sarvabhuteshu. For all the elements in the world, he benefits. Vidwan. He is a very learned person. He is very knowledgeable. He is the most knowledgeable. He is the embodiment of knowledge, supreme knowledge. He is a Samartha. He can execute anything. He is a Samartha. He can do anything. He can execute anything. Whatever he wants to do, he will definitely make it a complete thing. He is Priyadarshanaha. He is very pleasing to look at. He is enchanting. He is very charismatic. He is Atmavan. He is self-controlled. He has self-control. He controls his anger. He controls everything. So he is a Atmavan. He is Jitakrodho. He controls his anger. He is one who has controlled his anger completely. He is never angry with anything. Dyutiman. He is very splendorous. He is full of splendor. He is Anashukaya. He is non-envious. He is never envious about anything or anybody. The last is his Bibhyati Deva. The Devas are fearful of him. They fear him and they do everything as he expects them to do in the right way. That is where we have the nature, everything goes according to Bhagavan's wish. At the right time, everything happens. These are the 16 Sulakshana Gunas of Lord Rama. So that is why he is called a Paripurna. We just said Lord Rama is Paripurna because he has the 16 Lakshanas. So now let us see a little bit about what are the 16 Lakshanas or Gunas of Lord Rama which makes him Paripurna and the great. First one is Gunavan. He has all the good qualities. Bhagavan always has only good qualities. Any quality that is there with Bhagavan is definitely good. That's the only thing. There's no second. Anything that we think he should not have. He always has all the good qualities. Next is Viryavan. He is very powerful. He just does everything by just his mystic power or his Maya Shakti. Just by illusion or just by his Sankalpa. He just thinks he has to do it and it's done. Next is Dharmagya. He follows the dharmic path, the ethical pathway. He is the one who made the rules of the Dharma and he followed it during the Ramavatar. Kritanya, he is filled with gratitude. He is the Lord Mahavishnu. He does Antima Kaikaryam to Jatayu. He shows his gratitude to Jatayu by doing his Antima Kaikaryam. To summarize Sloka 42, the sun, the moon and the galaxies are all bound to Bhagavan. He has the sky as his base and the stars as his body. He is the creator and determines the measure of time, Kalachakram and the Muhurtam. He makes everything focus towards him and converge towards him at the end of life with him. He is all pervasive and gave Dhruvapadam or eternal position to Dhruva. He is completely filled with austerity and auspiciousness and prosperity, but hides all his qualities because of his humility. He manifested on earth for everyone to perceive his greatness. He was very elated that his supremacy seen and experienced not only by those in Paramapada but also those on the earth. He is Paripurna, having all the 16 Lakshana Gunas. These are all the qualities of Rama. Lord Rama, when he took his avatar in this Boloka. This brings us to the end of Slokam 42. See you all in 43.